Okay. Well. Here we are. So it's good, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, world. Welcome to BantuTV podcast, and it's the what's the date today? The 4th of January. 2026. We're already here. And yeah, 4 days into the new year, compliments of the season. And yeah, this is our first broadcast of the year, and did was expecting a guest today uh, from the motherland, but it looks like the network failed us today once again. I mean, it's hard to. I mean, first of all, it's hard to get these people, and then to get the network to work properly. So, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and talk from my heart, go solo. You know, we on this podcast typically we speak from our heart. Uh, we speak on everything Zambian, of course, and sometimes we create the news. Sometimes we just have to grab from what's happening in the motherland and talk about those in the hope that either those in leadership or our own people on the ground can listen to it and you know uh, either act or make some changes in their own lives. So anyway, my name is Kalinda Shachinda. I'm the one hosting you today. It's what time is it over here? Roughly is it 18 minutes past my 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I want to stay on long here because man, it's afternoon. It's a Sunday. We got to do what we got to do. First things first. Arsenal, North London forever. Yeah, we won yesterday, and yeah, we're still top of the league. In England, we're top of the league in the UEFA, and we're top of the league elsewhere in the world. Who cares at this point? What league we are, topping. So anyway, that's my little, shout out to my team Arsenal there for making my weekend great. And who's this? I was hoping, I call them Man City. Okay, Manchester City would lose today. Okay, let me be proper for a change, shall I? So I was hoping they will lose, but it doesn't look like Chelsea of all things. I mean, I know there are confusions there, but come on, Chelsea, right? You couldn't help us out for a change. You couldn't help us, Chelsea, really? Yeah, I know you don't have a coach, but that shouldn't be a reason why you can't, either draw with, um, um, you know, Man City. But damn it. Anyway, that's a story for another day. So anyway, so I wanted to come on first. Let's talk about the revelation last Monday from the DEC, that's the Drug Enforcement Commission, summoning the Archbishop Alec Banda of Lusaka over a Hilux Toyota. Over here we call them trucks. I don't know what do they call them. Anyway, yeah, somebody it'll come to me. But they're called trucks, van, whatever you are. So anyway, so he was summoned last week by the Drug Enforcement Commission to report, to their officers for an interrogation. God, it's only a summon. He hasn't been arrested yet, so we don't know how the story is gonna end for him. But I mean, the story. I mean, let's go back to the beginning. So the story is about these 22 high-end vehicles, Toyota pickup trucks, of course, that were bought by Zambia Revenue Authority back before the PF lost power back in 2021. And so I guess whoever the honcho there at ZRI at the time, Kingsley Chanda, who actually was sentenced, I think a week ago, to 6 years in prison because of the said vehicles. So I guess whether he gifted or he was just giving people for whatever whatever he thought, you know. But the fact is, he was arrested, went through the court processes. At the end of it, he was found guilty. And then sentenced to jail. So among those 22 vehicles, there are two of them that has been linked to this archbishop. And as you and I know, this archbishop has been uh, he's been to the mountaintop, castigating, criticizing, you name it, of the UPND government. And so now the politicians are coming in and telling us this is a political uh, um, generated arrest or summon, which I don't think so. In my opinion, because there is a case, and all the Drug Enforcement Commission are doing is trying to follow where the documentations of these vehicles is taking them. And right now, the Archbishop is in that seat. So I don't understand it. Why are people so angry, and why are you going to take this case as a witch hunt on for the church, the Catholic Church? And I'll speak for the Catholic Church because I went to a Catholic school. Yes, you heard it right here. I went to a Catholic school, and I'll give it to them. They offer some of the best education Zambia has to offer. I can say so for myself. Okay, because I went to a Catholic school, so I can speak for them. And I have an association with the Catholic Church, but just because one bishop is summoned by the church, uh, you know, as a human being, that doesn't mean the whole church um, is being um, castigated, or where the police or the authorities that may be, they're doing a witch hunt on the Catholic Church, because within the church you do have UPND members there, you have PF members there, Socialist Party. I mean, it represents everybody in the church, in the country. So why would they just single-handedly target this Archbishop? I mean, we were not there when he was receiving, uh, I would say, stolen goods, government stolen goods as such. These two vehicles, we were not there. We were not there when they were changing those vehicles from government-owned vehicles to the Archbishop's, his name. I mean, I can get it if they came out and said this was a donation, but it wasn't. They gave this Archbishop, and remember, this is the Archbishop at the height of the PF, who was always at State House, you know, drinking champagne, dancing. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I is that Archbishop really a Catholic bishop, or what's going on? So now that the authorities are making a follow up to these cases, what's wrong with that? Because this is a country of laws. This is not a country of lawlessness. So if the archbishop at the end of the day is not guilty for receiving stolen property, government property, I mean, the Drug Enforcement Commission will make a determination, but we do know that there is a case here where uh, Kingsley Chanda, the former ZRA honcho, was found guilty because of the same vehicles, batch of vehicles that was procured for the Zambia Revenue Authority, but they ended up in certain individuals because of of their association with the party of the day. I mean, that's what used to happen in the PF. I mean, we have PF public leaders of themselves informing us that they were getting tenders, or they were winning bid from government contracts to do certain roads, and those roads were never done, but they were paid for that. So if the law follows those people, are you now going to say, "Oh, it's a UPND that's targeting these people"? Are we going to say that? So let's be honest with ourselves, people, and on this, I think let's let the rule of law take its course, and if the Archbishop is clean, so to speak, or found not guilty, I mean, he will, um, you know, um, he will walk free, you know. And I mean, this also, should teach a lesson to those people in power that, sometimes the people we associate with that we so much want to, make them believe that everything is okay. At the end of it all, you do the wrong things. There will be there'll come a time that you also are going to be the Archbishop Alec Banda in the not so far fetched future. That's just how we roll as a world. So let's just let's just wait and see what happens. And all those people, especially such leaders like Fred Membe, calling on the Catholic Church, members, to offer a march of solidarity to this Archbishop. I think those pronouncements are just trying to gain a little political mileage on this where there isn't. I mean, he's an individual. He benefited. Let him go and answer those charges, and shows the reason and cause why um, he cannot be uh, questioned, or if there's an arrest at the end of the day. Yeah, I mean, the onus is on him to show us the uh, you know the documentation that he got the vehicles legally. You know, I mean, we're waiting on that. So um, let's just wait and see where the at this point. Where the what's the word I'm looking for? Um, shall we just say where the dust is going to settle at the end of this? Shall we? Okay, so moving on along, I did have a little opinion on the elections, in the by-elections in Chawama, where of course we know that the PL have a candidate. I mean, I don't even. Is it the PL? I mean, oh, I can't even. I don't know because the PF is such a confusing. They're in such a confusing state right now. I say so because you don't know which faction uh, is representing PF and which one is legal, which one isn't. So anyway, shall we just say the PF, the other faction of the PF right now, and say, yeah, so they have a candidate there. And I saw this picture that went viral online uh, where he's cooking and washing clothes. I mean, Zambia, is that how prospective candidates are trying to win votes from the electorate? Is that how we do it now? Just get your shoes on and get into the get on the ground and wash clothes and cook shimmer for the people, and that's how we're going to get these people elected. Is that how we do it now? I mean, I want to hear the policies. I mean, what are you bringing for the people of Chawama? I mean, what are your policies on education? What are your policies on the economy? What are your policies on agriculture, health, local government? And the list goes on, on and on. What are those policies? I want to see that. I want to hear that. I don't want to see a candidate going into Chawama to cook shima or wash clothes as a campaign strategy. I think we can do better. I mean, our people are not that simple, are they? Are they going to vote for that candidate on the basis that he went into that compound and he was seen cooking shima or washing clothes in the streets of Chawama? Is that how we vote for our candidates now? Are we such so simple that we don't ask for from these candidates where they stand on so many issues that affect our people on a daily basis? Somebody needs to give me some answers on that, because I found that picture or the video very disturbing, that this is where our politics has been reduced to. People or candidates just washing clothes and cooking and expect people to vote for them on that basis. Because I haven't heard anything from that candidate in as far as what he's going to do for those people in terms of, agriculture, the economy, you know, um, health, because that compound, the sprawling compound, is with millions of people. I mean, just looking at the road structure itself. This past year when I was in Zambia, I did pass through Chawama, so I can speak, confidently that, come on now, the road network. I mean, there's one little, I can't even remember the name of it, just one tiny little bit across Chawama. I mean, if I roll the window down and put my hands out, I will touch the building on the other side, and come on, and just the what's the word for it? The people have no regard for their lives. They are walking onto that tiny road with wheelbarrows, and it's such a sorry sight, and my heart broke for the people of Chawama, that we couldn't have a candidate. We can't have a candidate that will go in there and say, this is what I'm going to do on the road network, and this is what I'm going to do on health, infrastructure, the market themselves. Some of those markets are just mixed. They don't even have toilets in there, you know. So those are things that I think, as a nation or as certain constituencies, when we bring these people to talk to us, these are the things they need to be doing, not demonstrating on the strength of how big a pot they can stir to cook shima, or how many clothes they can wash on the street. That's just disheartening for me as a Zambian looking in, and so yeah, that was something that I really wanted to share with you guys out here. And then what else happened to me that caught my attention this week? Though it's been a busy week for me, actually. What happened? Yeah, somebody remind me. What else happened there? Oh yeah, let's talk about Sean Zero Temple with his antics, calling the president to ask um, about when the remaining farmers were going to be paid. And so, I mean, let's get this clear. We have we have a group of farmers that took maize to the FRA, and earlier, those farmers were paid. So it's the farmers that were taking, maize to the last minute, or after the fact that the government had budgeted, uh, for a certain number. But as we all know, the we had a bumper harvest this year, and so I guess there was a budget for in terms of funds to pay for all the maize that was taken to the Food Reserve Agency. So there was a shortfall there. So we get that, and of course the government have announced that everybody. They have now found the farms, and so everybody, as of the 10th of January, which is I think, is it next Friday? Everybody's going to be paid. So that's some little bit of some good news. Yeah, as person, I was absolutely flabbergasted in terms of the late payments to the farmers, because I think the farmers have our country at heart and they feed the nation. And in order for us to have a healthy country, we need healthy foods accessible to all our people, and not just accessible, but affordably. It has to be affordable for our people. So with this bumper harvest, hopefully, and the late payments that we had, that some of our farmers, a certain section of our farmers, had experienced, should not affect in the way that next season's, is it actually this year's harvest, doesn't affect because of some of the challenges that was experienced by these farmers. Yeah. So, yeah. So I mean, I don't know what again Sean Zero Temp was trying to prove there by calling the president and the minister of finance and the agriculture minister. I think uh, throwing or doing such antics just throws off people that are supposed to be doing the right thing for our country, working for us 24/7. Um, just because Mr. Temple felt he needed a clout to watch his social, platform on Facebook and everywhere where people, get him. It's unfortunate that our politics again have been reduced to, you know, mundane, that's what I'll call it, activities as exhibited by Mr. Portembo. Okay, and so anyway, I just wanted to come on here and let you know that yeah, this we are back and bigger. We're gonna be having interviews from everybody we can lay our hands on. Starting, well, we wanted to start today, but unfortunately, today didn't happen because of network challenges back in the motherland. So we'll try again next Saturday, next Sunday, sometime, someplace. Until then, keep the faith and no London forever.